Hello and welcome to Mewoosh Guitar School. We are in Chapter 2 of the Learning Guitar series. Now, the second major field of study, or the second thing that you need to know to play guitar, is you need to have a sense of rhythm and you need to have a musical ear. So let's move on and talk about ear training. Now, ear training is something that is quite an art, but there's things that you can do to practice certain aspects of ear training. A good exercise is bending to pitch. So if I'm going to do, let's say, here, there's your note. Bending up and hitting the same note. If you bend too far, it's sharp, or if you don't bend it enough, it's flat. So it trains you to get the feel for what bending the strings feels like, and for listening to the sound and making sure that the sound is the same, particularly between those two notes. Another one, I mentioned root and fifth. If you're going to play a lead sequence over some chords, it's really useful to know in the scale shape where the root, the third, and the fifth is. If it's a minor key, then it's going to be like a flat third. But here we were in C, so that's the root, that's the third, and that's the fifth. So if you know where those notes are and you're playing a lead sequence of some sort, playing a tune, if you're going to pause or stop, you should do on one of those degrees, one of those notes, because it resolves nicely for the listener. If you finish on sort of a weird point, you might get a weird sound. But it's music is funny in that people really like what they're familiar with, and that's why there are so many songs, for example, that use the what is it? It's the root 5, 6, 4, I think. So that'd be like. So many songs use that chord progression, and part of the reason for it is it's popular, it's familiar, and it just sort of sounds natural. It just kind of lends itself to music just because it's what we're used to. And it's I don't know if it's cheating if you're going to write a song and use that chord progression, but frankly everybody does it. And go look that up. Go look up 1, 5, 6, 4 and look at how many songs come up that can all be played over that exact chord progression. Now, if you take your ear training to the next level, you really get it developed. Where you're going with ear training is you eventually want to be able to imagine a sound and know how to play it based on what you're thinking, based on what you're playing out in your head. So can you imagine a sequence of notes or a song or something like that in your head and translate that into your playing? Translate that into your hands and actually make music. That's where you're going with ear training. If you have the knowledge, if you have the theory figured out, and you've developed your ear and you've developed your coordination, all of a sudden you're going to have this incredible freedom with the guitar, and that's where the real joy, that's the gravy right there. All right, so I hope that was valuable to you. I hope you learned something really cool today. I'll do a follow-up video with some more examples of practice techniques and stuff that you can do over a metronome stuff that you can do for ear training and maybe some rhythm training exercises. I think that'd be a good idea. But I do appreciate you tuning in. Subscribe if you're not a subscriber. There are more videos coming out. I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye for now.